Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Fantasia, and you are now turned into the biz with my baby, D.
What's going on, everybody? You're now tuned into the biz with D, My Fair Swings Radio. Of course, David Duane, and right now we have the beautiful, the talented, she's so amazing. You guys should already know who I'm talking about. Fantasia is on with us. How's it going, Fantasia?
Thank you for bringing me in so well.
Not a problem. I had to. Thank you so much for coming on this evening. We do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. So I definitely want to get into Side Effects of You and talk about that album because, it is phenomenal. And I know, when you write that, you are getting, that album really is coming from a real personal place. What kind of thoughts were you feeling, just going into this album process?
I've been through a lot of things, the 10 years I've been in the game. Unfortunately, it wasn't like an easy ride for me. There was never just an easy door opened. It was almost like I had to always fight my way in, whether that be, with the industry, relationships, family-wise. It was just always like a lot of ups and downs. And Side Effects of You was my way of speaking out to all of those situations, not just like a one certain thing. It's my way to speak out about different things. Everybody else always had their chance to speak. They always had their idea of what happened, and I never really ever came out and tried to fix any of that. First of all, it's too much to fix. I spend most of my time trying to fix things that people were saying or that was wrong, and I would never be performing because there was just so many things out there. Side Effects of You was my way to go into the studio, actually, do Lighthouse and actually do Get It Right, or Where Will You Be Without Me, or End of Me. Like, all of those songs were my way to just release everything, every thought. Not only my situation, because, a lot of people who follow me, and don't get me wrong, a lot of people who follow me, a majority of them are people who try to say evil things or mean things, not really understanding that motivates me and pushes me. But majority of people that follow me are people who have stories, and when I see them, if I'm out and about, no matter where it may be, people come to me and they'll tell me, either I'm going through this right now, or what you went through, or when you sang this, or when you said that. So a lot of that was a way for me to put that in my music as well. You know what I mean? Hearing other people's testimonies or seeing other people go through either the same situation or a lot worse than me. So Side Effects of You is my testimony as well as other people that I ran into. I'm a cancer woman, so I'm very nurturing, very caring, and I wish that I could help the world, even though I can't. A lot of times that's probably my problem. I'm always trying to help somebody. But that's just me. And so for me to be able to put that in my album, it was my way of saying, you know what, I'm sure that somebody's going to relate to this one, or I'm sure that somebody's going to feel the same way with Falling Out of Love Ain't All Bad, To the Heavens. I was just, all I could do was think about my life, their life, and be able to speak from my mouth, no one else, Fantasia's mouth, about how I feel about the situation.
Definitely. And this album, I love it. And I really love the lead single, Lose to Win, which everybody can relate to. And if somebody can't relate to who's listening to this interview, we have a problem. I just love, I'm so serious, I just love how that song was well structured, from the producing, from harmony, and then you guys with the lyrics and stuff like that. Goodness. I'll be falling so deep into that song. I'll be like, yes, Fantasia.
And my live show, I think people actually, they wait on that song. I think what makes me feel a lot better is because I have a big following when it comes to women. And, everybody's, all the guys are like, my baby mama or my wife always playing such and such. But Lose to Win is actually a song that I see that men love as well. Like when we do it live, I see the men, the women, the kids, everybody is singing that song. And, you know, like I said, that song is not just about relationships. For me, you know, so when people hear that song, they think of a lot of things. Like, people have lost jobs, they've lost homes, they've lost loved ones, you know. And so when they hear it, you know, sometimes you have to lose to win again. I feel they put themselves in their situation, what they're going through, and men and women both love that song.
Now, I hate to kind of take the journey back a little bit with Idol. I want to say, first of all, congratulations for winning, because I definitely, at that time, I was like, you know what, Fantasia's the only one that deserved to win. And just kind of thinking back, like, how does that make you feel? Because, I mean, Idol at that time was really big, but now it's really, it's something different.
Right. Thank you, by the way. But I have so many mixed emotions when it comes to that. You know, I'm forever and always thankful and grateful to be in this situation, you know, to be able to do what it is I've always wanted to do. If I don't sing, I have no freaking idea what I would do. I eat, sleep, everything is just music for me. So to go to such a big show and so many people trying out, and then me being, you know, with my story when it comes to Idol, you know, I got locked out of the building. So for me, I feel like it was something that was destined to happen. But what comes with all of that, nobody prepares you for that. And, you know, I have my moments where I'm like, good God Almighty, it could be too much, and I have to sit back and actually think, like, okay, why are you still doing this, or why are you doing? For me, it's just, I like to sing. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it now. Like, to hell with all the glamour, all the money, all the hype. If I never receive another award, if I never receive another acknowledgement from anybody, I don't care about that. I just want to sing and bless those people that I bless through my music. That's how I look at it now, because if you try to look at it in any other way, that is when you begin to lose yourself. You start doing things that nobody ever thought you would do because you're miserable and you're so focused on all the wrong things. And in this game, you could never really win all the time, because one minute they love you, the next minute they don't. So with me coming from Idol, I brought along a lot of judgment. I brought along a lot of hatred because of the color of my skin, the way I talk, the features on my body. It's always like somebody has something to freaking say or try to point out. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been through several things that a lot of other artists have been through, but you probably haven't heard nothing about theirs, but you always heard about mine. So I came with a bigger baggage winning the Idol, but I'm still grateful because, like I told you, I look at it in a total different way now, and that is how I stay sane, just understanding that it is the small things that make me happy. I thank God for being able to travel the world. I thank God that He let me win over all the naysayers, even though I didn't have, at the time, my high school diploma. At the time, I didn't speak the way they thought I could. The gift and the favor and the anointing stood over all of that. So I'm just grateful for now the simple things after going through everything I went through, waking up to see it today, seeing my children and other children be blessed, because I'm big when it comes to kids. You wanna get everything out of me, put a kid in my face. I will give them everything. So for me now, life is about just sharing my testimony, not running from it, putting it in my music and blessing people through music. That's it. That's all.
Definitely. You know what? I'm glad that you said that, because my friend Von Zell, who's on the 4th season of Idol and 3rd finalist, she tells me, like, exactly similar things to what you say, like how, you know, like, just making it as far as she did, it's just incredible, because not a lot of people even made it to that 3rd finalist. Like, that is a tough spot. Now, I've heard the things that you guys even had to do.
It's a lot. No joke. I remember talking to some, or hearing some people talk, and I guess they tried out for the first audition, and, you know, people walk away kind of bitter and angry, like, Always fake. It's rigged. It's not. But no. There's a lot of work that you put into it. But I always tell people, like, a lot of artists, because I support talent. I happen to be the one that if I hear someone that can sing or I see something in them, just like the other day, I took my children to the Great Wolf Lodge, and there was this young lady, this little girl, walking. I guess she was on her way to the pool. And I just I walked in and I was like, do you want to try it? She's like, yeah. Like, you're going to be great at it. Like, I actually get out of seeing other talents, whether it be whatever, not just singing, models or, there's been people I've sat down and talked to, and I'm like, you know what, you should start interviewing people. And they'll look at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, no, but you got it. You know what I mean? And so, anybody who tries out for the show and they don't make it or anything like that, I still always tell them that you never stop. It's up to you. You're the captain of the ship. You're the captain. So you never stop there. You keep going. And I think that was the drive that I feel my father installed in me and my brothers, a whole talented family of singers, first cousins, Casey and JoJo. So I think they installed that in us to just never give up. And I think, like if I see a child that is 1, 2 years old, and I see that child get up on a piano like my son, or get on the drums and begin to play, or keep a basketball in their hand and shooting. For me, that's when I know, okay, this child was destined for this. This child, this is what God installed in to be great at. This is what they're supposed to do. This is their journey. But it's in that person in order to keep going and keep moving. So I always tell people, whether they try out for Idol, X Factor, or something that's locally in their town, or, I always say, just never stop. There will be some doors that are going to be shut in your face. But those doors only come to make you stronger and be testimony. So whenever you do to write that interview, these are all the things that you will talk about that led you up to this point right now.
Definitely, and that gave me encouragement because I want to audition for X Factor, one of them shows, because I do some singing myself. So just hearing those words, it definitely gave me encouragement. I know it's going to give the listeners and your fans who are tuned in right now, the encouragement to go ahead and do it. So I appreciate that. So my last question for you, Fantasia, what is like the one thing that you have always tried to convey about yourself, maybe through music or just throughout life that, you haven't got quite across to people that you may want to, let people know?
I think people know I think people honestly know the real, like, who I am and what I want people to know about me and to always remember about me. If anything ever happened to me, I think they will know this one thing, that I was always real, true, and honest. I never will change. Even my situations that, like I said, that they take public, I realize that I am just that artist that they're going to always watch, and they're going to always try to find something to talk about. No matter if the artist that just went through it last week did it, you ain't going to hear, excuse my language, you ain't going to hear shit about theirs, but you're going to hear about mine.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I think that I have proven, and it's not that I'm trying to prove anything, but I think that people actually realize, okay, 1, she's a rebel, 2, she's going to do what she wants to do, and 3, she's going to always and forever keep it real. I will never, ever go anywhere and change who I am for somebody who's just like me, human, but somebody who has the same stories or worse than I have, because they're human, because we're human. We're put on this earth to, it's a sinful world. We will make mistakes. We will do certain things, but we can't forget that we're all the same. I just like to sing. The only perfect person is the man upstairs. And I think with my life, especially where I am now, being 29 and been in this game for 10 years and going through so much and being a mother of 2 and seeing so much, I'm at a place now in my life where I could care less what you think. I could care less if you don't like my red shirt or my green pants. I woke up that morning and I felt like I wanted to put red with green, so I'm going to rock it and I'm going to do it how I want to do. I can care less if you don't like the fact that I was just wearing a short hairdo the other day and now I got it shaved to the side. Because it's not your life, it's mine. I have to live it for myself. So I think that I've proven, and people know now that Fantasia is just going to be Fantasia. So we might as well just sit back, shut up, and enjoy the ride. Or if we don't like the ride, here, take your ticket and you get off. But I'm pretty sure somebody else will join along.
Definitely. And I just love the self-empowerment. I really do, because that's how I am. Like, my hair was blue at one point, but now it's red and it's a mohawk, and I'm like, people be like, oh, you're gay, David. I'm like, no, fuck you. I'm happy with my life.
I love it. Live your life, babe. You only have one to live.
Most definitely. Well, Fantasia, before I have you do the drop, I definitely want to say thank you for coming on the show, and I definitely look forward to your Philly show tomorrow. Hopefully we can, meet, take a picture.
Link up, yeah. We can make that happen.
Okay. Well, tell everybody where, as far as like your social media and everything, where they can find you, all that other good stuff.
Yes. You can find me on Instagram more than Twitter. I'm still trying to figure this whole Twitter thing out. And I'm actually new to Instagram. I never would do it. And my name is Tasia's Word. It's not supposed to be Tasia's World. It's Tasia's Word. And the reason why is because, like I said, I'm sick of everybody having their say so. Now it's time for me to have mine. So it's at Tasia's Word. And, you can follow me. I share, like, where I'm at, what I'm doing, my thoughts, my children. And I always said I would never do anything social media, like never. But I actually enjoy Instagram, and that's where you can follow me and see what I'm doing from day to day.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much, Fantasia. So anytime. So before I let you go, can you do a drop saying this is Fantasia, and you're now tuned into The Biz with D?
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Fantasia, and you are now turned into The Biz with my baby, D.
Oh, thank you so much. That was so perfect.
Okay. So I'll see you tomorrow.
Yup, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks so much.
Bye.